What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Fomo Factory. Happy Friday. Today I'm going to show you my crypto portfolio and also when I'm going to buy my next batch of, dollar costing averaging. Because in my opinion, it's already time to start. A lot of people will tell you, no, we have to wait. It's getting lower. But on the other hand, things are looking like it's already bottomed out, right? A lot of indicators show us that it might not have bottomed out. That's the discussion. But you always have to keep in consideration, what if I'm wrong? So is it already maybe smart to position yourself a little bit in the market in case things go up? I think it is. And I'm going to show you what coins I'm buying and when I'm going to buy it. And I will keep making these videos the entire bear market because now is an opportunity. If you watch this video, bro, you are going to make it. So please give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Channels growing very fast. So thank you very much for that. And let's jump into these portfolios. Now, what I want to show you is this for a challenge, by the way. I'm going to give away a crypto portfolio. So if you don't know about that, go to my playlist and you can find the portfolio challenge. That's not for this video. This is my medium risk portfolio. And my medium risk portfolio, I'm being very transparent right here. I have some money in this, and my medium risk portfolio exists of these coins right here. Now, what I'm doing, to give you a start, right? To give you a start. How do you build? How do you find certain coins that you maybe want in your portfolio? How do you keep track of it? How do you maintain? How do you make sure that these projects are still good in a month or so? And how do you buy it? How do you buy it? Because it's not that easy as it may sound, right? So what I first did is, spending a lot of time, researching crypto, right? Being on Twitter, following the right projects, the right people, like not these BitBoy type of people or whatever, or the Moonkar or that guys that say that, oh, they're gonna move, but really the guys that, the VCs, the I don't know, that kind of stuff, right? The products itself, right? So follow these guys and just check out these coins. Like, what do they do? Is it different than what we already have? Or is it what we already have, but do they maybe do it better than what we already have? Put it all into one big watch list. And I had set my watch list a long time ago. This is my watch list, and I already deleted quite a lot, but it had more than 150, well, 142. It had more than 150 coins in here. And then you want to check out, like, okay, cool. These are all coins that sound interesting, right? And then you might want to narrow it down a little bit. And you do that by the following. What I did is first, position yourself in cash, because you have to have cash in a bear market, right? This is the time to buy, not last November, all right? We know that now, but make sure you have cash, right? Whatever it is for you to do so, I don't know. I will make some videos, by the way, on how to get free crypto as well, because there is no such thing as free money. We have crypto, dumbass. Yes, there is. You'll have to know why, how, right? But make sure you have cash. Then, let's say you have $10,000, to give an example for easy math, right? Let's say you have $10,000. You make certain different portfolios, and I can give you my portfolio right here. My portfolio looks like this, right? I have a low risk portfolio, a medium risk portfolio, a high risk portfolio, and that's what you should have. I added personally a gaming portfolio as well, as I think that should be in a whole different category, right? But make sure you at least have your low, mid, and high risk portfolio, right? If you have 10K, you first want to think like, okay, it's about your risk reward, right? How much money can you afford to lose, right? You should be able to afford to lose all that money. But if it's tight for you, then you might want to have a way bigger allocation in your low risk than in your medium risk, and especially than in your high risk, right? So that's the first thing you want to do. So let's say if I have $10,000, I will probably put in 6K at my low risk portfolio, 3K at my mid risk portfolio, and 1K at my high risk portfolio. I have a slightly higher high risk tolerance in this case, but that's what I would do, right? Then you have 150 projects. But you can't have 150 coins, right? With $10,000, that's not doable. Then you have to have way too few money in every project. So you want to check out like, okay, how much projects can I invest in? Well, if you have 10 projects in total, you can invest $1,000 in every coin. Some coins are 10, 20, 30, 40x from their all-time high. So let's say everything does a 10x in the bull run, right? That's at least my expectation. Well, if you have $100 in every project, 10x, $1,000, that's good. That's manageable. That's a lot of money compared to your $10,000. I think that's okay, right? So with that, you could have 100 projects for $10,000, right? But it's still a lot. It's still a lot, right? And in total, 100 projects are manageable. Like I have way too much here, and it's hard because I don't want to let anything go. These are all good. Some are less good, but some I like the risk reward, right? So you really have to figure out that for yourself. Like, okay, how many coins do I want to have? But if you have, let's say $1,000, I wouldn't go for more than 10, for example. But that's all up to you, okay? Then you really want to narrow it down. Like if you have 150 coins, okay, what are the best? And you filter that out by looking at what is the project in the first place, right? How is the team? What's their experience? Do they have backers? Do they have advisors? Do they have partners? How's the community? Is the project still active in the bear market, right? So that's something you want to, I will come back to that. How are the tokenomics? Right, the tokenomics is that's very important. How is the market cap, right? Is there potential for it to go up, or is it already kind of topping right now? Is it stakeable? I mean, it's now a bear market. You probably won't make money tomorrow if you buy today. So in the meantime, what can you do? Can you stake these coins? Like, for example, Phantasma Sol has all their tokens already vested. So you can't stake that. But that's okay with me because the tokenomics are that get 10 points out of the 10. Staking gets a 0, for example. Team gets a 10 again. The product gets an 8 for me. So that's maybe you want to write that down. Give everything a number and then come up with the total number, and then just really that's the way you let your emotions out of it, right? And maybe then the coins with the highest numbers should get the highest allocation. That's how I did it in the past, and it works totally fine to leave your emotions out of it and just really look at, okay, what is it, right? At a certain point, you come up with a list. And then, for example, what I did in my low-risk portfolio, I feel like, okay, Bitcoin and Ethereum are just safe bets. I know Bitcoin will go to at least 200K in the next cycle. At least I don't know, but that's at least my expectation. Will be very weird if it doesn't, right? So if you don't agree on that, by the way, go watch my video about that. I think I make quite a lot of sense there, but that's not up to me to decide. I feel like AVAX, yeah, good project. It's a good L1. It's pretty safe in my opinion, but it gets 10% out of this portfolio, well, and so on, right? So then you have your portfolio right here. Now, before you blindly just gonna buy everything right now, what you want to do is be really careful, slow and steady dollar cost averaging into these portfolios. And I will show you when I think it's time to buy altcoins. I think my videos, like, I try to be as transparent and educational as I can be, because I wish I had someone the last bear market to lead me through all of that. I could have go to YouTube. That's why I said, like, if you watch this, you're gonna make it, because if you're still here, you haven't gave up on crypto, you're still interested in crypto, you're still motivated, you still believe, right? That's when the people, like, that if we go to the charts, like, you know, right? If we go, like, just for example, to Bitcoin, to make a reflection of the general crypto market, how it's always been, right? We had this right here in 2017. Everybody was buying in here. I had friends, like, suddenly talking about crypto and all that. And then here, nobody does that anymore. And I feel like we are somewhere here, right? So when we are here, this is the moment where you want to stack up, because if that's the case and we make this right, then you are going to notice the profits, right? And this is where, unfortunately, a lot of people get out of the market. So you are going to make it, man. Just get on, come on. Don't give up. Don't give up. We are in this together. We are in this together, right? So yeah. You have to believe. But before you're really going to do some crazy buys right here, always want to be like, okay, cool. I've got my portfolio. I'm working on this portfolio for months, right? This is not a portfolio that I've set up in one day or whatever. This is months of research, because there were coins in this portfolio that, you know, gave up. They were dead. So they had to let go of my, they had to get out of my portfolio. But if I already invested way too much, then that money is gone, right? So I'm happy I didn't buy everything. Some coins I didn't even buy, and most I dollar costed into. So you know, and yeah, okay, I'll come back to the when to buy in a minute. So what I regularly do is, for example, and we know that Bitcoin and Ethereum and AVAX, Solana are still going on, but it's especially with the, well, mid, but especially the high cap coins, the high risk coins, or the low cap coins, and in this case also some gaming coins that could die, right? So for example, Binamon, this is a good example. Maybe you know it. A lot of people probably don't know it. All right, smaller project, very micro cap. So a high risk, high reward, because it's a good project, but it also has a high chance to die, right? Because there's not a lot of money in the project. I hope it survives. So what you just regularly want to do is go to CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, whatever, search for the coin, and you just check it out as it's the first time that you check it out, right? What's the circulating supply compared to the total supply? This changes, right? This is looking very good. I looked at this in the past and it didn't look that good, right? So, okay, cool. Price chart looks dead, right? Came all the way from, whoa, whatever the fuck it was, to where we are right now. It had a all-time high of 80 cents and all-time low. Well, that was before that, but now it's sitting, well, around the same level. So it's looking very terrible when it comes to the price. But if the project is still working, if it's still good, if it's still going on, that could mean that this is a very good opportunity. That's also the case, right? So you want to look at like, okay, how can we ensure that this is a good opportunity? So what I would, usually do is just, for example, go to that Twitter, just look, are they still tweeting in the first place? Okay, cool. Tweeted last time 18 hours ago. Yeah, the day before that, multiple times that week. So yeah, they are still tweeting. They are still out there. They are still showing their gameplay. If the quality was rendered, it would have looked better. Oh, it's starting to do that. So this is how it looks. So they are still building in this bear market. So okay, cool. I like it. The map looks awesome, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks kind of good in my opinion. So they're still going. Also, what I said in other videos, but this is a pretty much a very simple tool to check out, like if a project is good or not. Follow the important people on Twitter, right? Follow, I don't know, CZ from Binance, but follow some big crypto influencers as well. And not like, no influencers like that Martini guy or whatever, that kind of people, but more like the good traders, the venture capitals, like I said, the platforms that update crypto messages on a regular basis and all that, because sometimes you'll see that a project is followed by some people that you follow. In this case, it's just one guy, right? But he has eyes on this project, and I feel like, why is that? So it has some important eyes on it, right? And sometimes you see a complete list right here. That's a really good thing. So that's another way to do it. Also, if you go to their Telegram, that's a really good indication for me as well, because you want to know, like, okay, cool, project is still tweeting. They have some eyes on them, so that's good. It's still working. How's the community? Is the community still interested? That's important. Okay, they do some stuff, right? They do some stuff. It's, let me check. Still people are talking in here. 22,000 members. It's not that busy, but it's certainly not dead, right? So in that case, I feel like, okay, cool. also still going on. Community is still active. I like it. I like it. This is a good thing to see, right? So in that case, I feel like, okay, tokenomics on point, market cap very low, community is on point, well, all that. And I feel like, yeah, this, you know, it's not getting removed from my portfolio. If I look in the Telegram or Discord and there hasn't been any talking going on for the last week, or they haven't put out a tweet in a couple of weeks or something like that, I feel like, yeah, if you're not here in the bear market, then I don't see why I should invest here in the bear market as well, right? Then there's a big chance of getting wrecked. So that's how I look at that. Then when to buy? You got your portfolio, right? You feel like, okay, I've got my eyes on all these good projects right now. When to buy? Well, this is my opinion. I'm not saying what you should do, but this is just how I look at it. So how I look at it is this, right? One, we have a website, by the way. Look into bitcoin.com. Well, you can look at Glassnode and all that kind of stuff, but there are a lot of these websites where you can check that out. Here you can find a lot of on-chain data and a lot of more and more on-chain data is telling us that the bottom is in, right? And even if that's all wrong, how far could it be wrong, right? So at least if we are not already at the bottom, we are at least, I think, near the bottom, right? And we don't know. Of course, we have the macro. We don't know. We don't know. But like I said, always keep consideration, what if I'm wrong? Right? I think being all in the market is very stupid, but being all out in the market is also not that smart, right? So in that case, look at this. Look at, well, this is a very simple indicator, right? You shouldn't base any buying on this, but it gives you some perspective, right? The blue zone is the fire sale, so you should, right, like it doesn't get any cheaper. The red zone is maximum bubble territory, like this thing is going to collapse and everything is going down, and you'll see exactly what Bitcoin does. It even goes above it. They don't even have something for that. And now we are in the blue again, right? So if we zoom in right here, this was last November right here, we went to the orange. We never even went to the red, right? But we are deeply into the blue. Does that happen a lot? COVID crash, right? 2018 bear market, it happened as well. 2015-16 bear market, and before that bear market as well. But for the rest, this is pretty rare, right? So is it that stupid to you know, everybody was buying here? Is it that stupid to already dollar cost a little bit here? Like, come on, man, have some brains. So also, I feel like, yeah, look, Bitcoin, it came down. But it looks like it is really stabilizing right here. And it could go down. It could go down. Therefore, you dollar cost, right? But it looks to me like, damn, it's sitting at a very good support point right here. It's been very good support here as well. It's been very strong. So in that case, I feel like, yeah, maybe we should already dollar cost a little bit, right? So what I did is I looked at my altcoins and I feel like, okay, some good altcoins are sitting pretty far from their all-time high. Look at Phantom, for example, just an example, right? All-time high, $3.50. Where it is right now, 22 cents. Like that's 15 times, something like that, from its all-time high. Look at this chart. Look at this chart. You can draw this line right here and it makes perfect sense, right? I mean, went up, bam, went down, bam, right into this insanely big support. And been here for a long time. Would be stupid not to buy. Would be, in my opinion, I'm not saying Phantom doesn't break and doesn't go lower, but chances, right? Statistics, charts, would be fucking stupid not to buy right now. So what I did is I, like some people, they dollar cost every month, for example. That's a very good way to do it. So if you have a monthly income that a disposable income, you know, let's say you have a job, imagine, and you have $200 you can miss every month. I don't know, just naming something, right? Just put in $200 every month at a certain time, certain period. Don't even look at the charts, doesn't matter. We are somewhere around here, so you should be good for the next bull run, right? So you can just do that. What I'm doing currently, because I already have cash, so what I'm doing right now with that cash, I'm making it into 3 buys. So what I do, and I'll just keep, is Phantom a good example? Let me zoom in a little bit to see if this is a good example. Yeah, this is a pretty decent example. So what I do is I buy right now, because like I just showed you, come on, it's sitting here. So 30% of my cash is now going into Phantom, like 22 cents, 25 cents, 20 cents. Yeah, you want to get as low as possible, but you know, in case you miss out, already buy some. It's what I'm doing, right? Then I have another 30% for if it goes lower. Where can Phantom go? Then I'm just looking at the charts like, okay, where could Phantom go, right? So I think it is possible for Phantom to go, like there is not a lot here, right? But somewhere in this area, let me see, where can I make such a beautiful box? Right here. I think somewhere this area right here, so between 15 and 12 cents. Nah, even higher, man. Somewhere this area, right? It's a big range, but somewhere here between 20 and 13 cents. That's why my next buy is for 30%. If it gets there, right? If it doesn't get there and it goes back up, yeah, okay, cool. But you are riding 30% of your money, probably 15x up again, if it not even goes beyond its all-time high, right? So that's also a lot of money. And the worst thing is you get left with cash. Oh, too bad, right? So that's my next area. Then I'm saving up 40%, like, and this is what you got. This is really what makes you feel good at sleeping at night if you have cash, right? Have that cash and set a level for yourself that you now feel like this will never get fulfilled. This will never get hit. In the bull market, I never would have thought that Phantom would be 20 cents as well. Could happen again, right? So what's the next level? Well, if it goes down, I'm seeing like 5 cents Phantom, something like that. So this is what I'm keeping in consideration for Phantom as well. So that's 4 times as cheap as what it is right now. And then I'm buying with 40% of my cash. 40%, right? So the rest of my cash, that's in this YOLO territory that I think it will never get hit. But if it does, if the world goes to shit, if shit hits the fan and things are looking really bad and it looks like everybody is giving up and crypto is completely dead, I'm ready to deploy. Because then it is pretty incredible. Because let's say you have $1,000, you want to throw in Phantom, right? 30% here, 30% there. Okay, forget about that, because let's say it goes to 5 cents. What if it gets back to its all-time high? You ride that wave with $400 and it goes back to, let's say, $3. That's a 50x. So you do a 50x. So you have an original $1,000, but you do already a 50x out of your $400. They make $20,000 out of your $1,000, and I'm not even counting the 30% that you already bought here and here, right? So that will be way more. But you know, that's a scenario. If this happens and the project isn't dead, it's just really bad macro at that point, then this is where you are going to be rich as fuck, right? So yeah, I will be stressed out. I will be like, oh my God. But I don't want to be like, fuck, I don't have money to buy now. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be hell no, right? Also, what I'm keeping in consideration is the weekly stochastic RSI, which I think is a very good indicator, right? The weekly stochastic RSI, that's this one. How do you get that? You go to your trading view and you go to your indicators. Let me do my headphone. So, and you search for stochastic. So that's STOCH, and you'll see stochastic RSI. Then you put the time frame on the weekly, and that's a very good indicator so far, because every time the weekly stochastic is high, you should have sold, and every time it was low, you should have bought. I can really show you on the charts. You won't be able to sell the exact bottom, sell the exact top, and buy the exact bottom, because it could be here. And then you think like, okay, I can give you this example in this case. Like this could be the case, right? You think, oh, it's high, so I'm gonna sell here, right? Oh, sold sentiment 1.3 cents, nice, right? But before it went down, it was here. Phantom was already 3 times as high, right? So this is the point where you want to dollar cost basically. Then when it gets down again, it went here from 5.6 cents all the way to 1.2 cents again. It's low, right? Then it went up again. Where did the price go? Well, the price went absolutely crazy there. The price went up to 9 cents, give or take. It came all the way down again to like 1.5 cents. Even if you're not an investor, but you trade the stochastic RSI on the weekly, you can make a fortune. You can make fortune, right? Buying at 1 cent, selling at 8 cents, buying in again at 1.5 cents, selling at 10 cents. That's a 10x on a 10x on a 10x. If you do that, what, $1? That's $10,000. That's crazy, right? So you can make a fortune by this. Well, this also goes for investing, right? I don't feel the need to invest when the stochastic RSI is that high, right? Because in that case, I would have bought somewhere around 30, 40 cents. Now, the stochastic RSI is coming down and it's already around 22 cents. What will happen? Will it be the case that something like this happens, this, and that the price does this? Could be. Yeah, that could be. And if you expect that, you can make, and it turns out to happen, then yeah, you can make very decent money out of that. But also, again, it could also be that this happens. Stochastic RSI does this, goes a little sideways, goes a little up, and then does this. But in the meantime, it could happen that the price does this. So it goes down a little bit, and while this resets a little bit, this could already go pretty parabolic, and then when it really comes down, this goes down as well, but it could go here, right? So you're buying in even higher again. So you want to be patient with this if you use this. But if you do it right, like I just showed you, you can make a lot of money out of it. Well, for investing goes, I at least don't buy the top of the stochastic, and I at least don't sell the bottom of the stochastic. Now it's in the middle, so I'm gonna just wait. I already bought my first 30%. I'm gonna just wait to see what happens now. All right. You don't want to rush, right? Rushing is not good. So sometimes I just go over my trading view and look at the stochastic for all these coins, like how it's looking right now. For example, Matic USDT. Look, this is sitting pretty high, right? I'm not buying right now. It could be the case that it stays that high and that the price in the meantime does this. But chances are usually then when it's so high, it comes down, right? It comes down. So I'm not touching Matic right now. So I'm just looking at every single stochastic RSI, like Arweave. I don't have Arweave in my portfolio, but you know, going back down, it's getting interesting to buy. And then you want to look at the charts. Where's the support? Well, Arweave clear support, if you ask me, around, you know, this level somewhere. We had a lot of shit going on right here. Support, resistance, support, support. In the meantime, while this resets, it could be very likely that Arweave, and this is Arweave Bitcoin by the way, but that this happens, right? So in that case, I'm not buying that right now. I will rather wait and buy here and miss out because there are a lot of other projects that I'm totally fine buying instead of this one. Right, then that I buy right here, ride this wave down, and losing money in the meantime, right? So that's not what I want. So sometimes just go through this, like how are things looking right now on the weekly again. So that's what you want to see. So that's a really helpful indicator for me as well to let my emotions go and just look like, yeah, okay, cool. Is it a good time to buy? And Rune Bitcoin was, by the way, looking pretty decent. Rune USDT is looking pretty decent. Rune is sitting low. Rune looks like it's going to be a good buy or a goodbye because it is sitting really low right now. And yeah, Rune going to $1 could be a very decent level. So go over all of this and set your set your buys, right? You can set an alert, you can draw your lines right here. But I feel like, okay, Rune, yeah, there's not a lot to go off, but it looks like a little level, right? So you might want to go on the daily then, like, okay, is this indeed the level that has most going on? Yeah, pretty much, right? So that looks like a level. So 110, something like that, right? So I'm waiting for room for 110 for my second buy. So I'm basically just planning on 2 buys. So 60% of my cash should be enough if you have really good entries to make a fortune in the next bull run. And if something really unexpected happens and shit does go really bad, then I will do a third buy, and the third buy will be insane. Yeah, that will be at insane prices, right? Or if the market really, you know, decides to go up after 2 buys, and that's just it. Like this is kind of the, you know, it's not perfect, but if we get back into, you know, I buy here, something like that, and then it breaks and it retests, and it turns out that the long-term trend has been broken and we're going to, you know, back in a bull run, then I will try to buy the breakout to ride the rest up as well with my money to make the most out of that. Right, so long video, sorry for that. Subscribe to the channel anyway. Sometimes the video is shorter, mostly not. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. So just go over this every now and then. Just look like, okay, cool. Does it look like, zoom out. Like this is a big fucking support right here where this one is sitting, for example, Multivac, MTV, buy on KuCoin, you know. But like, this is my first buy, right? My first buy, again, is just not to miss out and looking at like the support and all that. Like, yeah, if you look at the chart, it's big support and I don't want to miss out. So I'm buying right now. Second buy, I'm looking at the stochastic, reset, take out the next support, get that. The third buy is I hope I don't have to buy a third one. And if I do, we're gonna get rich. That's kind of the double feelings that I got about it. So I hope this video was a little useful for you. Sorry for all the dragging and the long stuff and not really having a clear concept for this, but it's basically how to buy into your crypto portfolio, right? I think you get the point. So would appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, like the video to push it into YouTube's algorithm so I can bore even more people with this, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.